President Trump's signature tariff policy is now in legal jeopardy. A federal appeals court on Friday declared most of the president's tariffs are illegal. President Trump had cited an emergency powers law to impose tariffs without any input from Congress. But the court now says that is not what the law was intended for. The president says he wants the Supreme Court to get involved. For more, let's bring in CBS News business contributor Javier David. He's also the business editor at the Dallas Morning News. Javier, great to have you on with us. How much of a blow is this news to President Trump's trade policies?
Yeah, it's a blow, but the ruling leaves us exactly where we've been, which is tariffs being at the highest levels in decades, because it basically allows the president to keep imposing them as he proceeds with this expected appeal to the high court. But like some of the rulings against immigration, like Olivia just recapped in the last segment, it's a really kind of a decisive blow to an administration's centerpiece policy. It largely backs a trade ruling that was decided in May that found that Trump basically exceeded his authority by invoking these emergency powers, which were really meant for sanctions and embargoes in very limited circumstances. And even some conservative and libertarian leaning lawyers have argued that the president's actions aren't legal here. And given that tariffs are taxes and taxes are levied by Congress, there's this unresolved question about how much authority Congress can and should exert in all of this entire debate. But all of that said, don't expect an immediate change to the status quo, because the decision basically allows the president to continue his policies until at least mid-November, when the administration is expected to take its case to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, explain to us the legal process going forward and what this all means.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, the president is saying, see you in court. He's going to appeal. The Supreme Court will be forced to settle this matter once and for all, but that could unleash even more uncertainty. And until then, we expect the administration to keep pushing ahead, not least of which because it's been very lucrative for the government and it's allowed them to raise billions in money. And since April, just throw a number at you, federal coffers have taken in nearly 100 billion in revenue from tariffs alone. So if this decision holds, and this is really the tricky part, the Treasury may very well have to cut refund checks to every country that's paid for these tariffs, because at a minimum, it'll be a blow to this plan that's seriously, completely upended global relations. And all of these deals brokered since the start of the year, including Japan, Mexico, the European Union, China, may be nullified. So the president himself has warned that chaos could ensue if these tariffs get rolled back, and there could be Great Depression. But again, more uncertainty.
Yeah, and that word has sort of been the big buzzword for the last several months since we began talking about tariffs, Javier. I wonder how businesses are reacting to this news. Is this news of some relief, or is there still more uncertainty ahead?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just more confusion and higher costs for both companies and consumers. Nature abhors the vacuum, and investors and business leaders abhor uncertainty even more. And then that, and they hate things that cost them money, including these tariffs, and they're sweeping. They impact trillions of dollars worth of goods exchanged between the U.S. and other countries: cars, food, metals, clothes, you name it. So even when it became clear that we were going to have to pay more in terms of tariffs, or like there was this baseline policy or the baseline rate, that was beneficial because on some level it provided clarity that businesses were badly looking for in terms of what level to set prices and what to charge. But the longer this fight drags out, the more uncertainty mounts, and it costs everyone involved time and money.
Javier David, I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Thank you for your time and insight today.
Sure.